Welcome to the U World Order Showcase Program, the platform dedicated to highlighting visionary entrepreneurs and coaches who are shaping the U World economy. Each week, we're celebrating the power of the individual and coming together to uplift and empower one another to reach new heights of growth and prosperity as we showcase a coach, company, or entrepreneur stepping out to be the change they want to see in the world. With our collective efforts, we're creating a world where every person has the tools to realize their full potential and thrive like never before. Join us today as we chat with this week's guest to learn how they got started, what they're doing, and how they're making a difference in shaping the U World Order.
Hi, and welcome to the U World Order Showcase podcast. Today we're talking with Layla Messner. She's the founder of Painted Love Company. More than just a wedding decor company, she's creating a movement to promote customized relationships. The future of love is personalized, she believes. As an abstract artist with a background in psychology and intuitive painting, Layla specializes in creating hand-painted representations of your unique strengths as a couple. Please help me welcome Layla to the show.
Okay.
Welcome, Layla. It's so nice to have you on the show today. So tell us a little bit about you. Actually, tell us all about you.
So much for having me here. My name is Layla Messner. I'm the founder of a new company called Painted Love Co. We are here to elevate the standard of uniqueness for weddings. So I, at the moment, or one of my other artists, creates a piece of artwork that represents the couple's relationship and their unique strengths. And then we custom print that across the details of the wedding. So we can customize things like bridesmaid dresses, ties, cufflinks, placemats, plates, table settings. So it creates this unique visual motif that goes across the entire wedding for a really unique and cohesive look.
So when you do like the clothing part of it, is it printed a certain way or is it just colors? How does that look?
Yeah, so the new world of small run print on demand allows us to print small numbers of things. So 1 or 100 of whatever it is with the art directly on it. So I don't have something that's specific to weddings to show you, but I guess the people on the podcast can't hear it, but maybe I can describe it for them. So I have a handbag here. And as Jill can see, it is the artwork itself that has been created for your relationship that is printed directly on it. The style of artwork that I do and that my other artists do is abstract expressionist. Mm-hmm. So it isn't, for example, a really realistic painting of a mountain or a dog. This is an abstract work that is meant to represent the feelings. And that kind of art prints really well onto things.
So interesting. So how do you go about finding people and letting them know what you're doing?
So that is our biggest challenge as a company. We are a brand new company, and this idea is really novel. It's really new. And so people are not sitting down at their weddings thinking, you know what, I want to have like an abstract representation of my love custom printed across my wedding. And so they're not getting online and they're not searching for that. So it's about figuring out, okay, where are the people who would benefit from our service and how can we educate them that we exist and get them to be aware that this is even a possibility so that then they can make that choice of if it's something that they want or not.
So who would you say your ideal customer is? I know probably someone who's getting married, but
yeah, we can also do this for events and especially anniversaries and like vow renewals and things like that. But generally, you're right. It's couples who are getting married. Often for wedding prep, it's the bride, but not always. And the people who are drawn to us tend to be people who are successful in their careers. They may have been super career focused right up until the point that they're getting married. They really value like personalized and done for you experiences and they want to have a really unique wedding. They really like the sentimental value of this unique piece of art. So that's who ends up coming to us.
So how do you come up with ideas for creating the unique piece of art for them?
So I am an expressionist painter and specifically an intuitive painter. And I'm just now expanding to other artists. So these are values that I hold in mind when I interview as well. So my personal talent lies in painting an experience or painting a feeling in an abstract representational way. So I talk to the couple. I have a background in coaching. So I talk to the couple and I try to get deep into who they are. And then I take that like empathic feeling of what I've experienced, and then I hold it in mind as I create the art. And I trust the intuitive, physical, artistic product, like process of the art, to produce something that has that resonance.
Do you take into account the colors that they like, or is that just part of the intuitive process?
Like the wedding colors are super important. So we want to find out. I love to work with couples. I'm not a planner, but I do love to work with them to develop a unique theme. So the painting behind me is called Beekeeper, and it's developed for a couple who had a beekeeper themed wedding. Usually the couple keeps the art. I have this piece, but we want to really represent the uniqueness of them. And that comes in like abstractly or symbolically into the work. And we want a color scheme that's going to work with what they want for their wedding. So
I was going to ask you if it was bee themed, the image behind you, because that's what came to me when I saw it. I recognize that there's honeycombs in there, but there's just the slightest impression of a bee on the side. I don't know which side it is for you, because these are always like, either they're backwards or they're not.
Well, I love that you see that.
So yeah, that's really, it's a beautiful piece, and I remarked on it before we started recording, but that's really interesting how that piece came. And then you showed me the pocketbook that also had it seemed to have more of a spring Japanese garden kind of feel to it to me, but that's because I'm looking at you on a small screen.
Totally. That piece is much more complex. So this one is very inspired by graffiti and like an urban vibe. And the that is printed on the handbag that one's called the Dreamer, and it just has a lot of color. It has a lot of complexity in the artwork itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's interesting how you can go from very simple, but makes a fluid statement, to very complex, and they're both kind of in the same field, where you're helping couples express themselves in a way that's reflected in their ceremony that they're going to have performed.
I love that. Yeah, like I'm dedicating my artistic skills, which are all about expression, to help them express what it is that their love is in art, and then print that across the wedding.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's pieces that can go down through generations. You know, it used to be in the old days, you had the wedding album that, you know, eventually got stuffed in the drawer and nobody ever looked at it. Sometimes maybe their great grandkids would come along and, who's that old person? But a piece of art that, you know, expresses who they are, their values and their love, but more than that, it's who they are as a couple. And then it's allowed to be displayed also. And it's a memory, but it's something it's also a piece that you can talk about. And that's an interesting concept. Really, really kind of unique. So are you talking with wedding planners and, you know, destination wedding places?
Definitely part of our marketing strategy. And one of the biggest things is partnering with planners who can inform their clients, and then we pay them referral fees and stuff like that. So partnerships are absolutely massive, especially I live at a wedding destination. So just getting out there, talking to other wedding professionals and just building relationships with them.
That's really interesting. So, what is the one thing that you really want to leave our listeners with?
I think that the most important thing that I would like people to know about our company, other than the fact that we exist and please look for this type of service, is that, like, for me, the reason behind the company is about more than unique weddings. Like, that is obviously what we're doing on the surface. But for me, my passion is about the uniqueness of each relationship. I really believe that, every person is unique and every couple is at least exponentially unique to that. And there's so much in the world that's like a cookie cutter relationship, or the idea of like you get married and happily ever after, and then there are so many divorces. And I want to see people celebrating the fact that every couple is unique. And like, the more we celebrate the uniqueness of each relationship, I think it lends resilience to the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to start a movement about the resilience of marriage. Like, let's talk about what it takes. And of course people are, but even more so, like, what it takes to make a marriage resilient and how you can celebrate your unique strengths as a couple to make your marriage more resilient.
That's very noble, very noble. I like it a lot. I like the whole concept that you've got going on. And it really does speak to the world economy, where it's individuals coming together and making a difference in each other's lives. But as that happens, it ripples out into the people that they know, and then there's communities, and the communities are connected that way too. And information and processes like this that you're doing, it's the Painted Love Company Co. It gives people a whole new avenue to express themselves. I can see it even for, people that are renewing their vows, or even birthdays, celebrating the individual, or retirements, celebrating the place that they held in the company over all these years. I
would love that for retirement. I feel like we don't really celebrate retirement like very much. I feel like we should. I like celebrate everything is my motto. So
yeah, even births, when somebody's born, to have a picture, a visual representation of the whole process, maybe, between mom and dad and baby. And then especially the firstborn, because that's it's the most important one. Everybody else is just like old hat.
Are you a firstborn as well? I am.
Yes. We're so special.
I love that you say that, because like one of the ways that I secretly think about myself, this is maybe a little weird, but like in my company, in my role, is so in the fairy tales, when like the fairy godmother or like a fairy comes to bless the birth, mm-hmm. And sometimes that goes wrong in fairy tales. Yeah. I'm the good fairy. I like to imagine, like, it's always like, I'm going to bless your birth with this quality. And I like to imagine that for the art and like the art process. I'm going to bless your marriage with this quality that you want to have throughout your marriage. And so the same thing applies to births. Like,
yes, that's so powerful. And the visual representation of it is like, it's a reminder, and it's always there. It's not like something you put in a drawer and you forget about. It's the piece.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh. Really, really cool.
Thank you so much. And I love this about the new world economy. So I'm really grateful to be here talking to you.
Well, it just fits right in so well. It's always exciting to meet people that are doing interesting, unique things to just make the world a better place. it's so exciting. And I don't think there's ever been a time when more people are just stepping into their uniqueness and bringing to the marketplace things that are so interesting and so, I want to say useful, but to be blessed in that way, the magic wand, if you will, which is the art piece, it's the endowing them with a blessing. And religions do it. It's just a different way of doing it.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about with the personalization of the economy and people bringing their unique gifts is really cool. We are elevating like the standard of experience on the planet, I think. Mm-hmm. Everybody bringing more of their authentic self into the economy, and I'm excited to see where that goes. So I love that you're speaking to it.
I love it too. Well, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, so our website is paintedlove.co and our Instagram is paintedlove.co. So just look for us as paintedlove.co pretty much everywhere. When you go to the website, click portfolio, because I've been told over and over that when people hear this idea, they think it's really cool, but they don't really get it in a deep level until they see it. So our portfolio can help you just really get that on a deeper level.
Absolutely. And we will be sure to put the links in the description below. It has been my pleasure getting to chat with you, Layla. This is so cool and so interesting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. I hope it blows up big for you, because I think the concept is amazing.
Thank you so much. And I feel the exact same about your podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the You World Order Showcase program. We hope today's episode has inspired you to consider how you can leverage your unique skills and talents to be the change you want to see in the world. If you're ready to take the next step and turn your passion into a 5-figure part-time business, we invite you to schedule a private consult at heartlifecoach.com. During our Passion to Profit breakthrough session, we'll work together to identify your strengths, clarify your vision, and develop a tailored plan for achieving your goals. Don't settle for mediocrity or let fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams. With the right guidance and support, you can build a thriving business that brings you joy, financial freedom, and the opportunity to make a positive impact in the world. Head over to heartlifecoach.com today to schedule your Passion to Profit breakthrough session and take the first step towards creating the life you've always wanted. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on the You World Order Showcase program.